Hi, my name is Lydia, and I run smallestfriend.etsy.com. I made this video to supplement the knit horse kit that I sell in the shop. At this point, you should have already knit the body for your horse or donkey or unicorn, and I'll walk you through the assembly. So let's get started.
After you're done knitting, you pick which side of your knitted piece you want to be the outside. And it can be either side, whichever side you think looks better. And it looks like this funny shape. So I'm gonna have this side be the outside. And if you fold it, you'll see how it almost looks like a horse. And first I stitch up the tummy, which is this part. So you take your tapestry needle and a piece of yarn that you cut off, and you start to sew tummy closed with the right side of your horse facing out. Make a knot. And then you just begin to stitch from the back legs to the front legs along the tummy. And you do it with the right side facing out so that you can see what it's actually going to look like on the outside. And then you can hardly even see that it's sewn. It just looks knit. So once the tummy's all sewn up, you make a knot. And make sure it's a really tight knot that won't get undone over time. And once you are done tying that knot, a really firm knot, make sure you leave like a long tail. Don't cut it right at the knot. Leave some yarn, because once you're done, you'll just pull that into the body of the horse and it will disappear. So I'm gonna leave a good few inches of yarn. That's fine. It will just disappear later. You don't have to worry about it. And now I'm gonna get ready to stitch up each leg. So now we still have this horse shape with the tummy sewn up right there. And I wanna stitch each individual leg of the horse by putting it together like that, if you can see that. And like that, see? So I'll need to cut 4 pieces of yarn. About 10 inches long, maybe. Thread your tapestry needle again. And I like to start at the base of the leg when I'm sewing. So first just lay the leg together so that the 2 corners at the ends match up. Like that. And go ahead and put your needle through and just start sewing. And again, as with the belly, you're sewing with the right side facing out. Make a firm knot to start so that it doesn't come undone. And then just go ahead and start stitching. So I just stitched up one leg, and another reason why it's good to stitch with the right side out is as you're stitching you can put your finger inside the leg and you can look and see if there are any holes along where you're stitching, and you can see what the leg is kind of going to look like once it's stuffed, and you can see it looks pretty good, so I'm happy with that leg. So I get to the end, right, and I tie a knot, and as with the belly, don't cut the yarn right at the knot because there's a danger that the knot could come undone and the leg would come open and you'd be really sad. So what you do is you leave this long tail and you use the needle to just pull the tail inside the leg. And I go in, can you see that? And grab the needle and pull it through. And see that tail just disappears and I have my first little leg of the horse. And then I just keep going and do each leg the same way. So I just finished stitching up the 2 back legs, see? And I just wanted to show you one note about the front legs because it can be sort of confusing where to start your stitch for the leg because you have all this like expanse of neck for the horse's neck. Just remember that for each leg you should look at it as like one end of a rectangle kind of and see these corners and make sure you fold it corner to corner like this, and then just kind of go down the leg and find where the end of the stitch you did for the tummy meets to this side for the leg, and that's where you should start sewing so that as you sew up the corners will meet, and that way when you go to do the horse's neck you'll have the right amount of fabric for that part of the horse's body. Okay, so now I've stitched up all 4 of the legs, And it's starting to look more like a horse. And now, while the head and neck are still open, I'm gonna stuff the legs because it's a lot easier when I still have both ends open to get all the stuffing in there.